Hey FT, it's Kiki here. I hope you and yours are doing amazing. And if it's your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Let's become fragrance friends. So please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you can be informed whenever I upload a new video. Now, in today's video, I will be sharing with you some amazing Arabic fragrances that I consider 10 over 10 and perfect for the spring season. Spring is all about bright and beautiful flowers in the air, and what better way to celebrate this season than having the most gorgeous floral notes in your fragrances. Now, I've got 15 of them. If you'd like to know what these fragrances are, why don't you get settled, get hydrated, let's get into the video. Starting off the list at number 15 is Lumiere Elle by Fragrance World. This is a scent that is very uplifting, and that's because of the focal note of orange blossom. Orange blossom is your fresh, slightly soapy but sweet fragrance note that just I enjoy wearing. It's adorable. It has something about it that just makes you feel good and happy. That's how I experience orange blossom in fragrances, and that's how it comes off in Lumiere Elle. This is also one that is very sophisticated. You're going to smell classy, very elegant. You're not trying to do too much in the way you smell, but you do smell good. This is a crowd pleaser. I mean, people just enjoy the smell of this in the air, and it's one that you can easily wear to the office. You're not going to be intrusive with your smell. People actually welcome the way Lumiere Elle is in the air. For some reason, that's why I get a lot of compliments wearing it. Now, Lumiere Elle is not a beast mode of a fragrance, but it does present itself as a cloud around you. So you have this fragrance following you anywhere you go. People come close to you, they're going to smell it. And it's just an adorable fragrance. I'll call it that way. I had to show you what the bottle looks like. It's pretty interesting, especially the cap. I'm not really a fan of the cap, but I had to show it to you. It's almost like an Arabian hat, for lack of better words to describe it. Now, Lumiere Elle came out in 2024, and to me, it's a great alternative to Stellar Times by Louis Vuitton, which is a phenomenal fragrance, but very pricey. I believe Fragrance World has done such a great job in recreating the fragrance DNA here. I mean, it's not necessarily spot on, but you're going to get it at a close enough range. If you're not really considerate about things like performance or intensity, you're going to be satisfied with what you're getting here in Lumiere Elle. So, a great way to start off this list and an amazing spring fragrance, focusing on the note of orange blossom. At number 15, it's Lumiere Elle. Next is Taarikh Gold for Women, and this is at number 14. It's a fragrance I love to recommend to those looking for the perfect vanilla fragrance for this season. This to me is the epitome of a chic floral vanilla fragrance. It is a beautiful, easy to wear, easy reach fragrance that I love in the spring season. So here you got a beautiful blend of vanilla and gardenia. Gardenia is the prime note here. It smells fluffy, it smells rich, it smells creamy, it smells cozy. It is one that just warms itself around anyone who smells it or wears it. This is an absolutely beautiful scent that must be smelled by people because it is so underrated. I don't know why people are not talking about this gem. Well, maybe because it's pretty hard to get here in the US, but if you can get your nose on Taarikh Gold for Women, I'm sure you will not be disappointed if you love your vanillas or your floral vanilla fragrances. Now, in full transparency, to my nose, Taarikh Gold for Women does smell like an expensive body lotion, the kind you get at a five-star hotel or in a members only spa, but it's worth every single penny. That is how this fragrance smells. It is one that is soft but follows you everywhere you go. It smells good on your clothes, on your skin. It creates a bubble around you, but it's not beast mode. Again, it smells like a lotion that is worth every single coin you spend on getting it, okay? And I love this. A perfect signature scent is what I would call Taarikh Gold for Women, and it's so beautiful in the air. It's also another one that gets me a lot of compliments in the spring season. I've had this for going to 4 years now, and I just love wearing it only at this time of the year. I'll also mention that Taarikh Gold for Women turns a bit musky in the dry down, and for me, that is what brings out the sensuality of this fragrance. I find the musk to smell slightly animalic, and that is so addictive. So if you're a fan of those animalic musky smells, you're going to love Taarikh for Women. Taarikh for Women is for those who love your floral vanillas, and I promise you, you're going to enjoy this one. And number 13 is Avantilk by Maison Alhambra, and this is mesmerizing. A showstopper is what I call this fragrance. It is one that will have heads turned towards you. If you love the idea of that, Avantilk is your girl. This brings in an animalic, indolic, carnal, heavy note of tuberose. Yes, tuberose is not one you just pick up and wear. You have to be in love with that note to understand the essence it brings to fragrances. I am in love with tuberose. So seeing that it's in here was already a plus for me. But beyond that, people do enjoy this fragrance even though they don't like that note, right? And Avant Silk is just a complex but wearable fragrance, right? Beyond the tuberose, you also have osmanthus, which is green, slightly vegetal, and then you also bring in the spiciness of saffron together with the magic of sweet passion fruits and vanilla. You have such an attractive fragrance. I mean, when I say attractive, I really mean that people want to know what you're wearing and people enjoy what you're wearing. This is one that in the air, it just smells a very mysterious and magnetic, essentially. That's how Van Silk smells like, and I just cannot stop wearing it, especially in this season. Now, Avan Silk is Mr. Alhambra's recreation of Queen of Silk by Creed, which was my favorite fragrance of 2024. It was perfectly recreated in here. This is a spot on dupe of Queen of Silk. So, if that's been on your radar, too pricey, inaccessible, don't worry about it. Get Avant Silk. Of course, the difference is performance. I mean, Miss Alhambra, they're getting there with their performances. When it comes to recreating the smells, they get it right. But with the performance, it's still a struggle. Avant Silk, I'll call it an average performer. You have to overspray to have it really shine through. Of course, it won't be as intense or as potent as the original, but at least you're getting something within the 6 hour, 8 hour mark. I enjoy wearing this fragrance. It's a captivating one. And number 13, it's Avant Silk. And number 12 is a Bouquet of Euphoria by Fragrance World. And this smells like the color pink. Soft, pretty, girly, likable, pleasant. That is the essence of Bouquet of Euphoria. It also has a sweet, powdery smell to it, and that is because of the keynote of heliotrope. Heliotrope is known to smell powdery, creamy, and musky, and you're getting that in full bloom within Bouquet of Euphoria. Now, the muskiness is just slightly present. It's more powdery and sweet here. And this is an easy rich type of fragrance. It's not doing too much. It is just pleasant to wear and it's pleasant in the air. That softness also shows up in the performance. This is not intense at all. I've had to overspray to get it to even show up on my clothes or even come off my skin and project. So if you like your sweet, soft fragrances, you would definitely enjoy Bouquet of Euphoria. Now I've heard that this is reminiscent of Yara by Lattafa. Fun fact, I've never had or tried that fragrance. So I can't really tell you if they are similar in any way. I mean, I have other Yaras, but for some reason, I never bit the bullet and gotten the original Yara. All in all, despite the performance, it's still one that I enjoy wearing and I would definitely recommend you get in springtime. It's a pretty sweet scent. And number 11 is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. And this is your sweet, juicy, slightly woody fragrance. The woodiness comes from the note of iris. That's how it shows up sometimes when used in fragrances. And the juiciness is from the most delicious apples and grapes. This also has some infusion of caramel, adding to the sweetness. And boy, this is a fragrance that you have to wear if you want to imagine yourself having a picnic at the park on a beautiful, bright spring morning. That is what this fragrance evokes in terms of memories whenever I wear it. It is beautiful. It is long lasting. It is intense. People will smell you. People want to know what you're wearing. People want to come close to you. That is the beauty of this gem called Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. I love it so much. It is a feminine fragrance that has an edge and character to it thanks to the woodiness of the iris. Do not skip this one. It's one of the few fruity fragrances that I will heavily recommend you get in springtime, that is more on the juicy side, on the fruity side, than it's on the floral side. So think about this fragrance. If you love your apples, if you love your grapes, if you want something very delicious that will have you get all the attention this spring, then you must have Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. It is so delicious. And number 10 is what I consider to be one of Lattafa's most underrated fragrances. I'm talking about Ruat Al Musk. But please pay attention to the gorgeousness that is this bottle. It looks like crystals. It is stunning in person. It is such a sight to behold. Seriously, Ruat Al Musk is essentially a sweet, musky fragrance. It's the mashup of the notes here that just makes this smell distinctively beautiful, because it has two sides. You have the sweet muskiness, and then you have the fresh, clean side that is a bit soapy. So the freshness, the cleanness, the soapiness that smells like freshly laundered clothes, I would say, is from the note of orange blossom, which is very dominant in here. And you bring in the sweetness that comes from fruits like mandarin orange. Blended together with the other notes, you have that muskiness that forms as an accord. So essentially, this is a two-sided type of fragrance. If you smell it at the beginning, you would think it's just sweet, but as it settles, it turns musky. Overall, this is one that is great for everyday wear. It is a lovely, pretty, feminine fragrance, and it just captures the true essence of what spring should smell like. I also like to think of this as the perfect office-friendly fragrance of this list. If anyone could tell me, Kiki, right here, right now, what would you recommend I wear to the office as a spring fragrance? Royal Al Musk would be a no-brainer for me. It is one that gets me compliments whenever I wear it to the office. People say that this sneaks up on them in a sweet way, in a clean way, in a fresh way. Those are the sort of compliments I've gotten from people whenever I wear Royal Al Musk, and it's so long lasting. You don't need to overspray to get this to perform well on your skin or in your clothes, which is a good thing for a musky fragrance, and a sweet musky one at that. So bear that in mind. Sweet, musky, but still fresh and clean. That is the vibe of Royal Al Musk. It's just gorgeous to have in your collection. Again, the bottle is more than enough reason to have this in your collection. Oh, on the plus side, is one of Lattafa's most affordable fragrances of their collection. I did my research. I can tell you that this is cheap. So think about it. If you love your musky fragrances, fresh, clean, sweet is your vibe, you're going to love Royal Al Musk. Don't forget, you can wear this to the office whenever, wherever, and you're going to get your compliments. It's a number 10. And number 9 is Opus Grande by French Avenue. It's a new release from the brand, and I am obsessed with this shade. It is aqua blue, bright and perfect for this season. Now, Opus Grande is your fresh, fruity floral fragrance. The fruits here are peaches and lychee. Lychee brings in a slightly smoky feel to this fragrance, but the peaches are so juicy and in your face. You also have some floral notes that are quite aquatic, slightly wet. Is that the best way to say it? I don't know. But it just has a watery feel to it when using fragrances. I'm talking about water lily and peony. They have just that aquatic essence in them whenever they're added to fragrances, and that is very dominant in here. So juicy fruits, aquatic flowers blended together, you have a sweet fragrance. Opus Grande is a fragrance that replicates the DNA of Greenwich Village by Bond Number 9. That's a fragrance with a huge cult following, and when I tell you, French Avenue recreated the DNA so perfectly, please believe me. I tried this with the sample of the original fragrance. I couldn't tell them apart. Longevity wise, they're the same thing. You're not getting one that is better than the other. You're literally getting it in terms of the same duration and lasting power. So if you've been wanting that fragrance, Greenwich Village, too pricey, get your nose on Opus Grande. And if you don't know what that smells like, Again, the way I described it, fruity florals. And some people can say it has aspects of Baccarat Root 540 in it. I can get that at the opening, but it doesn't stay throughout the wear of this fragrance. Just slightly at the opening, but that quickly dissipates. It's just a flash. It goes away, and then you focus on your fruits and your flowers. That is this fragrance. Now, Opus Grande, even though I recommend it for springtime, it's also one that will make for a fantastic signature scent. If people smell this on you constantly, they will think you have so much money. And that's a good way for people to perceive you, right? I feel so. A great signature scent, seriously. And it's one that just evokes a sense of power. You smell like someone who's in charge and knows what they're doing. So think about that when you're thinking of Opus Grande. It's a great, absolutely great fragrance. One that I'll recommend, definitely from the House of French Avenue. And it's a number 9, perfect for spring. And number 8 is Garam by Lattafa. And this is your sophisticated lactonic fragrance. Yes, creamy, milky like fragrances can also be sophisticated. They can smell very sexy. You're getting that in garam, okay? So this blends in your typical creamy florals. I mean, gardenia and jasmine together, they create magic. They create milky nuances in fragrances, and you're getting that present in here. Of course, with some vanilla to sweeten things up. I mean, it's sweet vanilla used here, not the typical vanilla extract. This is a beautiful blend of a fragrance. This is one that adds a level of sensuality to it as it dries down. It is addictive. I mean, you will make a statement while wearing this fragrance, I promise you. And if you wear this on date night, he's going to wipe you up. That is a fact. Seriously though, this is one that I just love because it turns into two of my favorite fragrances. At the opening, I get 100 Silent Ways by Nishani. I mean, sweet, creamy, lactonic, floral fragrance. And as it dries down, I get Baciani by Bulgari, sweet, creamy, lactonic fragrance. I just can't decide which is which. I can't just fully say this is all Baciani, this is all 100 Silent Ways. I just have the best of both worlds in this fragrance. And to me, that is a win. This is one you want to wear yourself, and it feels like you're wearing like a thick cashmere cardigan on a very cold spring morning. That is what this fragrance brings to mind to me whenever I wear it. And oh, anyone who hugs you will not want to let you go. Do not skip out on this fragrance because of the bottle, because to me that's a con. And I know a number of people have been like, yeah, this bottle is off-putting. I'm so sorry. I mean, just forget about the bottle. Think about the beauty you're going to get with this fragrance, and it's worth it, okay? A gorgeous, sophisticated, multifaceted beauty of a fragrance. You got to get this in your collection. It's a number 8. This is Garm. And number 7 is Noble Blush by Lattafa. Please don't ask me why this is at number 7. It's so difficult to rank the rest of the fragrances here and now, so please bear with me and take it as it comes. Now, Noble Blush is such a delicious blend of sugared roses and rose milk. Together, you have something that is so sweet, so potent, and so intoxicating. When I mean that, this has the effect of magnet on people. Please believe me. I get stopped all the time when I wear Noble Blush. This is one that when you wear it, right, and you're in a spot and you leave that area, people will still smell this on you. It is intense. You're getting your money's worth with Noble Blush. So just best believe that. Now, Noble Blush is Lattafa's take on the Lumiere exclusive, but they added the twist of infusing sugar and rose milk, and this has just elevated the experience for me, and I love it. In fact, I would rather go to this than any other alternative to the Lumiere exclusive on the market. The sugar, the milk, the roses work so well together here that I just want it more and more. It is so delicious. This is one that is a room filler, like I'd alluded to, and it just gets me compliments all the time. I mean, I've said everything I need to say about this fragrance. It is worth having in your collection. Do not miss out on it. And it layers so beautifully with so many fragrances. It's a gem. It is a great offering by Lattafa, and I'll recommend this to you in a heartbeat. So if you love your roses or your rose fragrances, it's a no-brainer to get Noble Blush. Please do not miss out on this beauty. I could tell you so many truths. This is one of them, Noble Blush, and it's a number 7. Number 6 is Victoria by Lattafa. Again, don't ask me why it's a number 6. Difficult decision here. Victoria is elegance in a bottle. This is sweet elegance essentially in a bottle. Here you got your sweet, juicy lemon, which is typically not done in fragrances. The lemons are usually tart, but here it's sweet, it's ripe, it's something you can literally eat. And then you have your vanilla, which I like to think of sugared vanilla powder, sugared vanilla cream. Blend those together. Then you bring in neroli, adding a little bit of freshness to this fragrance. Neroli is part of the orange blossom family. Anyway, those notes together combined gives you the most mouth-watering sugared lemon vanilla cupcake. Think about that. Think of the best lemon vanilla cupcake you've had. Throw it away. Imagine the best you would ever have. That is Victoria. It is perfection. You'll be a walking dessert. You will smell delectable. I said elegance. Yes, that's because the way this fragrance smells, it doesn't smell juvenile in its sweetness. It's almost like you're having cupcake made in the Victorian era in a castle. Well crafted, baked food, dessert. That is what this smells like. So that's where the elegance comes from. I digress. Victoria is worth having in your collection. It's long lasting. We're matching. But seriously, you're going to smell so good while wearing Victoria. It's worth having in your collection. This, I have maybe at most 15 sprays left and the bottle is out. I have been beating myself in this constantly. Since I got it in my collection, it's worth having. It is one you will not regret getting and adding and wearing constantly. Now, Victoria is Lattafa's take on, oh, it smells so good. The sugar is like at the top and it stays throughout the wear. Like you're getting sugary delight throughout the wear of this fragrance. So my gourmand lovers, this one's for you. Vanilla lovers, check this out as well. I will say, Victoria is Lattafa's take on Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. Spot on. Spot on is what Devotion is giving. And let me tell you, get this. It's worth it. It's more affordable than the OG. Dare I say it performs better? Yeah. Save yourself the coins. Get this instead. And number 6 is Victoria by Lattafa. And number 5 is my baby, Peace and Love by Lattafa. This is a fragrance that is uniquely composed for those who understand or want to understand the concept of being an it girl. Those who get it, get it. Those who don't, don't. If I was to describe it as a person, this is one that doesn't want to force people to like it. You either like it or you don't. Peace and Love is one of those fragrances that stays on its lane, but once it's appreciated, it becomes an obsession. You don't have to force yourself to like this fragrance. Essentially, that's what I'm saying. Peace and Love has multiple facets to it. It has some freshness, it has some nuttiness, it has some juiciness, it has some powdery qualities in it here. So it's just a blend that takes a bit of patience to understand. I've admitted this in the past where when I got this fragrance, it was too fresh to my nose. I mean, the bergamot just showed up and it was too intense. I didn't really appreciate it, but I let it sit in my collection for 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, came back to it, and I fell head over heels in love with this fragrance. It has become one of my signature scents. It starts off fresh, and then it turns juicy from the blackcurrants. But then that goes away, allowing for that creaminess and powdery feel thanks to the heliotrope and the roses in here. So this is not one that you can just come up and say, oh, it's a fruity floral fragrance. No, it's just multiple parts. Multifaceted is the word. Such a neat girl scent, such a sophisticated fragrance. This is a beast mode scent. This will fill up anywhere you're in. This will get you the compliments. This is an attention magnet. This is what I can go on and on. I would say that I do not recommend you wearing a lot of sprays of this when going to the office. Wear it to the office, you can, but at most do 2 sprays because this would have people thinking that you're the new boss, thinking you're the new manager. You want to be careful. You don't want to make enemies. You want to make friends. Now, I'll tell you this. Peace and Love is one of those fragrances that will have people with inferiority complex beef with you for no reason. Because once they smell this off of you, it's like, why do you smell this way? You smell this good. Like, what is this perfume or scent that is not common but smells so good? Yeah. So people like that will not like you for any reason. So again, you don't want to make enemies, you want to make friends. Do not overspray this. You're gonna get all the attention on yourself. Are you getting the gist of it? That is peace and love. I mean, it says peace and love. So we're all about the peace and love. So you want to be careful with how you spray it. Anyway, coming back to center, this is a beautiful gem. Seriously, it's a work of art. And it is Lattafa's take on Soy Maliki by Dre Van Noten. Spot on. Especially once it ages, you can tell them apart. I have a bottle of that. Compared to this, I can tell them apart. This performs better. This is longer lasting, stronger, more intense than Soy Maliki. So, no brainer. Get this instead of the OG. It's phenomenal. It's a number 5. It's peace and love. And number 4 is Fakhama by Maison Asrar. I love this bottle. Uh, the juice though, look at the color of this thing. It's gotten darker since it's been in my collection. Oh, so gorgeous. Fakhama. This is your candied orange blossom fragrance. That's basically it. Think of melted marshmallows mixed with orange blossom together. That gives it that sweet, candid smell that just takes center stage whenever I wear this fragrance. It is beautiful. This is a gourmand lover's dream. A gourmand lover who loves their florals. This is what you need in your collection. It is a beauty to have. Now, Fakhama is Miss Nasra's take on Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. Of all the alternatives or dupes of Love Don't Be Shy on the market, I can categorically tell you that Fakhama is the best recreation in terms of its intensity, color of the juice, smell, performance. This is where your money should be spent. It doesn't get better than Fakhama. That's why it's always sold out. This is it. Wear this, wear Love Don't Be Shy. You cannot tell them apart. Performance, check. Smell, check. Like the way the fragrance just shows up as a beautiful delight, check. This is it. They took their time in delivering this to the market, and I believe this is where it should end. No other brand should attempt recreating this. I can't imagine it getting better than Fakhama. It's that good. The orange blossom doesn't shy away from being extremely sweet in this fragrance, and I love it so much. It's a number 4, perfect for spring. It's Fakhama by Miss Asra. And number 3 is Cloud Candy by Khadlaj. This is the cutest bottle I've seen in like a few months now. This is so pretty as well. Gotta show it to you. It is made of glass, and I love how you have the clouds painted on the bottle as an ode to the name Cloud Candy. So pretty, so cute, so adorable. Cloud Candy. This right here is a sweet delight of a fragrance. I mean, if you got a sweet tooth, you must have this in your collection. This is a measure of fruits and dessert-like notes and flowers. They poured in all the sweetness they could get. I'm talking the juiciest, sweetest strawberries, the thickest, richest, sweetest coconut milk, some sugar. You got some whipped cream. Then there is the infusion of orange blossom and freesia and nectarine blossom. Sweet floral notes. I mean, what was the reason? The reason is to give you something sweet. And you know what you get out of the combination of notes, the plethora of notes? You're getting the most delicious strawberry milkshake fragrance. That is what Cloud Candy smells like. This is one that will have you smelling so good enough to eat, so you want to be careful. I mean, can I show you my dent? This fragrance is less than a week in my collection. Yeah, I already made this much dent. I want to layer this with other things, but I enjoy wearing it on its own. It is beautiful. It is long lasting. It smells so good. Now, it's not a beast mode fragrance, I'll tell you that. But that cloud, that's how much you get from it. So that's still good, right? Because sometimes with sweet fragrances, you want to be careful. You don't want to do too much so it doesn't become nauseating, not just for those around you, but for you. This is stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love that it doesn't have that synthetic feel. I've gotten a lot of fragrances of recent. This, you can spritz this on, you're good, especially if you have a sensitive nose like myself. I spritz this on, I'm not sneezing, I'm not coughing, none of that. Cloud Candy is Khadlaj's take on Young Bougie Marshmallow 81 by Kiali. And baby, this is a spot on dupe. Okay? And in comparison to Marshmallow Blush, because I've been asked that in the past, it's the same thing. I can't put one over the other. Actually, I'll put this over that because this is more affordable and this is more accessible. Marshmallow Blush is always sold out, and the price point to me is ridiculous. You're recreating a fragrance. You should not be selling it anyway higher than $30 at the most. This is around the $30 mark. Get this fragrance, long lasting and potent. You're getting Young Bougie Marshmallow 81 for a fraction of the price. Don't think about it. Just get it. It's worth it. It's delicious. It's Cloud Candy by Khadlaj, and it's a number 3. Number 2 is Angam by Lattafa. Yes, don't worry. You understand the number 1. You will get it when I share my number 1 with you. Angam is me. This is me as a fragrance. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. I love the lavender flower. It is so calm and it is so soothing. It is so pure. It's peaceful. That is me. I also love the color, the shade. It just brings that serenity to me. And I want everything to look like that color. Then you have vanilla. Here's sweet vanilla. When you blend them together, my only description of this fragrance without mincing words is it smells like the most delicious, freshly baked lavender vanilla cookies. And I stand by that description anywhere I go. That is Angam. This is my second bottle. I'm already making a good dent in it. It is beautiful. This is long lasting. This is a beautiful scent. This is one I recommend for date nights. If you're getting engaged, you know you're getting engaged, wear Angam. You're going to smell the best. On your wedding day, on special events, wear Angam, you're going to smell the best. In fact, overspray yourself. Bathe yourself in this beauty. No one will smell better than you. This is such a well-rounded creation that I love to the ends. This would always be in my collection, God willing, because it smells that good. Now, of course, it's not an original creation. Angam is Lattafa's recreation or reimagination of Goddess by Burberry. Now, putting them together or side by side, they perform alike. But that's at the beginning. When you just get Angam, it performs the same way as the OG. However, give it another few months, let's say 6 months. If you put Angam aside for 6 months, put Goddess aside for 6 months, and bring them together, Angam will blow it out of the water. It's going to get more intense, it's going to get stronger, it's going to get richer, it's going to get thicker. That's been my experience with Angam. Second bottle, I recommend Angam over and over again. It's a beauty, it's well composed, it's one of those forever needed in your collection type of scent. So what's my number 1? Well, let's find out. Now, what is this number 1 fragrance that dares stop my darling, beloved Angam from getting the number 1 slot? Well, this is La Chemin d'Eclatant by Maison Alhambra. You've got to see this bottle. It is so gorgeous. I love the layers of colors here and the design. It looks like a peacock. This is so beautiful. Well done, Maison Alhambra. Now, Maison Alhambra is a sub-company under the Lattafa parent group, if you're not aware. So I like to consider them to be Lattafa, essentially. Anyway, La Chemin d'Eclatant is another very uniquely blended composition. Here you got your fruits and your flowers. So the fruits are quite intense, sweet and sour. I'm talking blackcurrants that are juicy, sweet, ripe, and raspberries that are tart and ripe. Those two together come up very intense, slightly sharp. But with the way they blended into the fragrance of the vanilla, it's present here, and flowers like peony and roses, you have what turns into something very flirtatious, very playful, very fun to wear. That is what this fragrance smells like. It smells like what a beautiful, confident woman should smell like any given day. That is your aura. That is your vibe with La Chemin Eclatant. Let me tell you, people will notice you with the scent. People would feel your presence with this fragrance. People will want to know you and be friends with you with this fragrance. This is a show-stopping scent that captivates people. It's an attention grabber. It deserves the attention. I mean, the fragrance really, more people need to know about it because it will give you the attention. I'm serious. People would want to compliment you. People want to talk to you with this fragrance. It is a beast mode scent. It's got to sit in your collection for at least a few weeks before you get that true rich performance. But from the get-go, I mean, it's been doing good for me. So if you like the idea of a sweet, slightly tart floral fragrance that is one that would envelop anywhere you are and is not your typical fruity floral, very unique, fresh, rich, fun, essentially, a fragrance you're going to love. La Chemin d'Eclatant by Maison Alhambra. Now the dry down. Let's talk about that. It turns vanillic, slightly musky, creamy. I love it. So some people may not get it the way I do because my skin just eats up musk, makes everything sweet and creamy and animalic. That may not be your experience, but for me, that's how it turns in the dry down. And I always look forward to that dry down. It's creamy, it's sweet. Some people still get the freshness throughout their wear. Good for you. But for me, I get muskiness, vanilla, and all that jazz. Anyway, this is it. It's worth it. You gotta smell it to believe it. Look, my dent. See my dent? Let's see if it's good. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, this is huge for me. Try to wear it to an event and tell me what people's reaction are to you. Now, La Chemin d'Eclatant, the dupe hasn't fully been identified, but to my nose, and based on the sample I have, this is a great alternative or dupe of Pink Boa by Stefan Umbaluka. That is a fragrance that has just a similar construct with how La Chemin smells. This is just a beautiful fragrance. I'm going to stop talking about it. It also smells sophisticated. And did I mention this will stay on your clothes all day? So, baby, be careful with your sprays because this will cling on everything. Affordable gem, stunning gem. You will smell so good. You're going to smell so good all the time when you're on my channel. Seriously, it's a number one. It's worth being a number one. It couldn't get better than this. It is the perfect Arabic fragrance for spring, in my opinion. This is La Chemin d'Eclatant, and it's by Maison Alhambra. And there you have it, my love. 15 amazing fragrances. When I say amazing, I mean it. I wear all of these fragrances so I can tell you the truth in terms of how they perform, how they smell, and if they're worth having in your collection, especially in this season. And it's a yes over yes to them. Have you tried any of these fragrances? Please let me know. What are your favorite Arabic fragrances for springtime? Please do share in the comments. I can't wait to read from you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Now, do you agree with my number one choice? Please let me know in the comments as well. You're amazing as always. You're a work of art. You are worth it. You are worthy, and you're made for more. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay beautiful. You are so beautiful. See you soon. Mwah.